So what's an exchange rate? Ever been in a store, seen something you like and thought, I'd really like that? Can you tell me why this was cheaper last week? It's true that inflation is a factor, but there are other reasons too. But sometimes, there's a quieter, deeper force that's just sort of hanging around. It's a force that has a pretty big impact on the prices of pretty much everything. And that force is the exchange rate. Have you thought about getting a new phone? It was cheaper last month but not today. You want to know what changed? It's actually pretty surprising that the real answer is hidden in a tiny detail. But I'm not going to say anything more about that just yet. First, let me show you a short clip of everyday life. Everything is linked to the exchange rate, but the real twist isn't where you'd expect. I'll explain that twist in a sec. Before that, you just need one small example. Picture this: you're working in a warehouse. We've got boxes coming in and some of them have a label on saying price based on euro. It looks pretty harmless, doesn't it? But that little label can have a big impact on your salary. Your groceries. What about your weekend plans? Whatever's in that box is now in your country in euros. So even if you never deal with foreign currencies, you'll still feel the effects of what they do. So how come that little euro label has such a big impact on so many prices? The turning point is coming soon, but before we reveal it, let's think about another everyday example. So you're walking into a cafe, right? There's a little note saying that the coffee beans are imported. Most people don't pay it any attention. That one sentence can make or break your morning coffee budget. The beans are paid in USD. If the USD goes up, the beans will cost more. If the beans are more expensive, the cafe will change its menu, and then, all of a sudden, everyone paying for coffee is affected. Even people who never think about exchange rates. But here's where it gets interesting. Just so you know, exchange rates have an impact on more than just imported items. They've even got local products in their sites, yeah, even stuff that's made entirely in the country. The producer needs machines, spare parts, fuel, shipping, materials, and packaging. They're all linked to USD, euro, or GBP in one way or another. So let's get this sorted. An exchange rate is basically just a way of showing how one currency is worth in comparison to another. How much is €1 in dollars? How much is $1 in pounds? It might sound simple, but it has a huge impact. When the exchange rate goes up, the cost of imports is going up. Hey, just a heads up that producer costs are going up, transportation costs are going up. Energy levels can go up, prices on market shelves are changing all the time. Local products are also going up in price because of the cost pressure. And then out of the blue, you're holding a shopping receipt trying to figure out why everything feels heavier than it did last month. But when the exchange rate falls, do prices go down straight away? People are hoping so. To be honest, reality says otherwise. Some prices take a while to go down. Some things stay the same. Some people need months to get used to things. That's why loads of people are saying that the exchange rate went down but the prices didn't. It's not like businesses are ignoring it, it's just because the system is a bit slow. Can you tell me why these delays are happening? Why don't prices change straight away? You might be surprised by the main reason, but hang on a minute, because we need one more picture of everyday life first. Picture a restaurant. The veg is local, the meat is sourced locally, the team is made up of local people. Everything's local here, but the menu price keeps going up. Why? The restaurant buys cleaning supplies in USD, so that's why. Gas prices are affected by what's going on in global markets. Just so you know, they take payment for their espresso machine parts in euro. So even though the dish itself is local, the cost of making it depends on the exchange rate for foreign currencies. This means customers feel the effects of exchange rates without ever having to deal with them directly. This is why prices don't always drop straight away when the exchange rate goes down. Costs build up over time, some of them get paid monthly. Some quarterly reports, some of these are linked to global contracts. It's taking a while for the adjustment to happen. It's a bit like a giant wheel turning slowly. So the exchange rate ends up being one of those things that we don't really notice but affects how we live every day. Electronics, flights, cars, I'll get the coffee. So let's talk about clothing. Even the rent is pretty reasonable in some cities. It affects almost every category. It's pretty quiet here, it's just there in the background. But it's got the power to shape the whole economy. That's why an exchange rate isn't just some random number you see on financial news. It's just like a traffic light on your daily route. Whether you look at it or not, it affects every decision you make.